I can't see any president I have as a good guy. I love Obama. The symbol of Obama is up my house. He's a black man. He became president, and he did more drone bombings than any other U.S. president before him. He and Hillary Clinton disturbed a country called Libya, in which you used to have a free house, free education, free, and now it's not free anymore. And there are people who look like me that aren't free. So as much as I love my republic,
you know, it was a very repressive dictatorship.
I hear what you're saying. We're living under one now. We ain't storming the fucking White House.
It was not. You know what?
There's ICE walking down American neighborhoods.
Okay, if you think that's the same as Libya,
I didn't say the same. I said it's repressive.
But let's have some perspective.
Emails came out. The email said essentially we were doing it for the French. Like, how long do the French get to live off Haiti, Libya, West Africa? How long before you got to ante up what's in the Louvre?
The French are still living off Haiti?
Oh, yeah. Haiti still has
why
to pay
can't they fix it then?
Why can't Haitians fix it?
No, the French. If the French are so involved.
There's no interest in color. Don't you read France Fanon? Did you read Wretched of the Earth? You dated enough black women to know this. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, the French.
You got to tell them at night.
The French pulled out of Haiti like in 1806.
No, what I'm saying though is Haiti has been punished since 1806. Yes. Frederick Douglass wrote about this too, for being an example that you can without colonizers. And to end colonization is going to take some form of violence. I think anyone who threatens colonies or the colonists are crushed. So whether Gaddafi was ultimately, in my eyes, good or bad,
I mean, the people who are
better than what they have now.
The people who have been repressing the people in Haiti for a very long time are not French.
Shit, me.
They're other Haitians.
Rapper Mike Bigga and Bill Maher recently faced off on Maher's show, and the mood changed as soon as the cameras started rolling. Equipped with his signature razor-sharp wit, Maher faced Mike, whose unreserved candor has never required a permission slip. What transpired was more than a discussion. Like live wires on set, it was a collision of beliefs, worldviews, politics, and social tension. Fasten your seatbelts, because what followed was electrifying as well as flaming. Now let's get started.
Because we're just picking sides right now, and George Carlin said years ago, you know, it's a club and you ain't in it. What we're doing is picking members of the club who are going to fly on a jet together afterwards, whether they're Democrat or Republican. They're buddy-buddy. They went to Harvard, they went to Yale, they went to Morehouse, they went to Howard together. They're still going to be friends after. The bourgeoisie and up, that class is going to be okay. But we, the working class, the people got to wear shit like this to work every day, we're going to get over in this. And people who wear shit like this every day usually do this and say yes, sir, and no, sir. So for me, I would rather our soldiers be strictly adherent to the United States Constitution and not follow any order that's unconstitutional.
Again, you're asking, the military is just different. I'm sorry. You're asking kids who probably don't know anything about the Constitution to make that decision.
Well, we got to fix that too, Bill. Like,
I know, but we haven't fixed it. But right now we have it.
Schoolhouse Rock on Saturday.
To give you some context, a group of 6 Democrats who had served in the military and had intelligence experience asserted that it was permissible for U.S. soldiers to disobey direct instructions from their superiors. Trump's suggested military action against Venezuela preceded that declaration. Mike Bigga seized on that argument, stating that troops should have the moral flexibility to decide which orders they follow. Barr, on the other hand, vehemently disagreed, claiming that it is dangerous and unreasonable to expect young, inexperienced recruits to make moral decisions at the battlefield level. And the strain created the conditions for a more serious conflict. Let's go on.
We got to do something, brother. We can't just have an ignorant proletariat.
I know, but you'd be okay if they did that with Obama, because he blew up some.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
He blew up some wedding parties.
I was going to hold, so I wasn't going to talk about this, right? We killed Gaddafi. We knocked him off the motherfucking
Sure, absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Right? You're like, absolutely. But as a black person, I saw slavery return to Libya. I saw a man who was willing to help black people in their plight and their struggle by giving billions, ignored. I saw someone who wanted to unite Africa under one currency and have a potentially United States of Africa, and I know how dangerous that is to Europe and the United States. I saw that crushed, and as an American, I had to shut up, go with the Republic. But that's something, if I ever had a chance to talk to Obama, I'd really say,
so you see Gaddafi good guy?
I see Gaddafi has been not as bad as they said. But I can't see any president I have as a good guy. I love Obama. The symbol of Obama is up my house. He's a black man. He became president, and he did more drone bombings than any other U.S. president before him.
As Ma and Mike Bigga argued over Gaddafi, you could practically feel the temperature rising. Few people split people's opinions as much as he does. While some consider Gaddafi to be one of Africa's most brutal and powerful rulers, others regard him as a visionary who elevated his country. Obama is surrounded by the same divisiveness. He is seen by some as a symbol of optimism, while others believe that he skillfully played the political game. The atmosphere in the room quickly changed as two lightning rod personalities argued with two lightning rod leaders. Every response struck harder, and every statement had weight. Let's get back to the showdown.
He and Hillary Clinton disturbed a country called Libya, in which you used to have a free house, free education, free, and now it's not free anymore. And there are people who look like me that aren't free. So as much as I love my republic,
you know, it was a very repressive dictatorship.
I hear what you're saying. We're living under one now. We ain't storming the fucking White House.
It was not. You know what?
There's ICE walking down American neighborhoods.
Okay, if you think that's the same as Libya,
I didn't say the same. I said it's repressive.
But let's have some perspective.
All right.
Because it's very.
Before y'all go smoke.
I'm a done.
I really like this.
It's very easy to lose.
And when the emails came out, the emails said essentially we were doing it for the French. Like, how long do the French get the off Haiti, Libya, West Africa? How long before you got to ante up what's in the Louvre?
The French are still living off Haiti?
Oh, yeah. Haiti still has
why can't they fix it then?
Why can't Haitians fix it?
No, the French. If the French are still involved.
There's no interest in colonization. Don't you read France Fanon? Did you read Wretched of the Earth?
All right, so this is where the fascinating part begins. Really, aren't we all a little worn out by this never-ending narrative that the West is to blame for every global issue? At some point, the debate seems to be locked in a loop. And how long will we continue to blame others rather than ourselves? Indeed, history is important, and there's been actual harm inflicted by foreign meddling. Does this imply, however, that the West is automatically blamed for all contemporary failures? When do countries accept accountability for their own choices, their own leaders, and their own results?
You date enough black women to know this. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, the French.
You got to tell them at night.
The French pulled out of Haiti like in 1806.
No, what I'm saying though is Haiti has been punished since 1806. Yes. Frederick Douglass wrote about this too, for being an example that you can without colonizers. And to end colonization is going to take some form of violence. I think anyone who threatens colonies or the colonists are crushed. So whether Gaddafi was ultimately, in my eyes, good or bad,
I mean, the people
he was
who
better than what they have now.
The people who have been repressing the people in Haiti for a very long time are not French.
Shit, me.
They're other Haitians. You don't really.
They're Haitians that are put into
Papa
place.
Doc Duvalier
let's not act like we don't put dictators into place.
Okay, but they're not French.
Yeah, I was about to say, we help them come to power.
They're not French. They're not Americans. They are Haitians.
So the benefits,
they're Haitians.
No benefits go to the French from Haiti anymore.
Tell me what? I'm not aware of that.
I'm just saying, Haiti still
tell me, what's going on?
As far as I know, Haiti's still sending money to France.
And this is precisely the issue with those who talk with complete certainty until you ask for details, make generalizations, and launch audacious charges. The argument began to falter as soon as Mara asked for a specific example. Big maintained that Haiti continues to benefit the French. However, his response to Ma's question concerning Haitians continuing to transfer money to France was ambiguous. Specifically, what money? What do we mean when we talk about trade deals, reparations, taxes, and debt payments? That was not explained. Before it needed to be supported, the assertion sounded impressive.
We need to do more to help countries like Haiti, especially.
So what's to do more? I would say we need to reparate countries we've colonized. There's a payment to be made to help countries get. So we took Libya. What have we done to help their country become democratic and get back in a better state? What have we done to help Haiti do it? Haiti is the reason we got Louisiana and West of that. America really owes Haiti. We kicked the French's ass so bad, it was like, this, we'll sell New Orleans. Y'all have the Saints, y'all have Dama.
I mean, you can stay mad at the past forever, but at some point you got to move forward and make things better in the future.
I'm not saying I don't want to move forward. I'm just saying put something in my pocket for your socket. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me have something for my move forward.
And once more, we have one of the most popular woke talking points. Compensation. Look, nobody disputes that horrible events have occurred in the past. Genuine historical wounds, genuine pain, and real injustices. However, the shift from admitting history to demanding that modern individuals make financial amends for the actions of their ancestors centuries ago is significant. At that point, the discussion becomes disorganized, sentimental, and frequently detached from the real world. Studying history and comprehending its significance is one thing. Demanding that those who were not involved in those events foot the tab for choices taken long before they were born is quite another that on the surface, the reasoning seems admirable. However, the logic, justice, and practicality start to crumble as you look past the catchphrases. However, this notion continues coming again, promoted as the panacea for all social problems. In actuality, however, it frequently exacerbates division rather than finding a solution.
But we are sort of at a point now where the men and women they just don't want anything to do with each other in a lot of ways.
It's crazy.
Well, no, really, like you look at like who listens to what podcasts. It is very hard to get women to listen to my podcast. It's like, you're a man. We're just not going.
A lot of guys listen to male, though.
Of course, that's what the men listen to the men, the women listen to men.
No, Mel, the woman who you interviewed.
Oh, Mel.
Yeah, we listen to Mel.
Yeah, well, that's a phenomenon, yes.
And a big part of the reason for this is that political disagreements are now the main source of division in daily life. These days, people with different ideas don't merely disagree. They completely stay away from one another. On the left, where ideological purity has become a sort of societal demand, it is particularly noticeable. You are viewed as a danger rather than a fellow citizen if you don't tick every box, embrace every talking point, and indicate every accepted position. Recall the tale Ma shared about the woman who ended her marriage because her husband didn't strongly support Black Lives Matter. He didn't object to it. He wasn't antagonistic. He just didn't have a prepared remark. And it was sufficient to put an end to a romance that was meant to last forever. That's how ridiculous things have gotten. Personal identity has been superseded by political identification. Character and goodwill are no longer factors in compatibility. It concerns whether two individuals can pass each other's test of ideological purity. Additionally, friendships and marriages begin to disintegrate when politics takes precedence over genuine human connection.
Hard to get women interested in anything men are saying these days. It's just that they just think that we're just a bunch of knuckle draggers, and they have a lot of evidence for that.
Damn.
And men are incels, and they're not engaging women in the way women would like. They need to be courted. They have not changed as much as we would like to think, or some people would like to think. Women are still the women I remember as a youth. Okay, they still want the same things.
We don't want your shit. We're tired of it. We're exhausted. I mean, we are exhausted. We need it. No, I'm not. Of course you're needed. I mean, don't tell me, because I can spell that out. Of course you're needed, but we're tired of taking your. We don't want to feel down all the time.
Right.
We don't have to feel responsible for picking up, taking care of your and then dealing with your
Drained.
We're tired of it. Yeah.
Right.
The same cliche appears again in our sitcoms, movies, TV series, and online jokes. The father who is incapable of doing simple duties. The lover who is unaware of the situation. The spouse is presented as the endearing idiot who need continual correcting. Men are greatly affected by that caricature when it is repeated long enough to appear to be true. Some people draw away out of fear of being called outmoded or domineering. Some people drift through relationships without even knowing what their job is. Many just back off, believing that being a man is something to be ashamed of. The need for a healthier return to traditional masculinity is rising as a result. The genuine thing, not the hostile, poisonous caricature that people use as a weapon in disputes. A masculinity that guides with stability, defends without dominating, and encourages without expecting praise. A well-rounded masculinity that restores respect to both parties and enhances women rather than competing with them.
Dude, guys are changing the tires, guys are raking the yard, guys are doing what they're supposed to. Like, guy shit may not come up on a daily basis. It may not be picking the kids up from school doing the laundry every day, right? But when the door gets kicked in at 3 in the morning, that the shotgun, it better be a guy. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just, there is,
right.
What I think is that.
We have some use.
Yeah, some use. You know what I mean? If we pick up heavy shit.
We have some use.
But
women can pick up heavy too, you know that.
No.
I bring my own trash out. I rake my own damn leaves.
No, for real?
Yeah, I have me a glass of wine.
Bill,
I can do any damn
down.
thing.
You got
No.
You said for some player shit. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the guy.
Guys are valuable. It's also unexpected that Maher let Donna Brazile to ramble on and on about how guys are said to have a lot of baggage. Indeed, males are fallible just like everyone else. However, reducing a whole gender to a walking cliché misses the contributions that men make on a daily basis in terms of protection, security, and managing physically taxing duties. When it comes to lifting, moving, or handling circumstances that call for raw strength, males are frequently the ones who regularly step up. Men do these duties on a regular basis without much fuss. And it doesn't end there. Men are frequently in charge of practical, hands-on tasks around the house. Repairing leaks, keeping up with appliances, cutting the grass, or other yard maintenance. Although these jobs aren't glamorous and aren't often honored, they keep families comfortable and houses running smoothly. Although men aren't flawless, their roles, both practical and physical, are crucial. No one else is diminished by realizing that value. It only recognizes the special contributions that men make to daily life. Let's face it, not every man can be a Stedman, even though this is amusing. We all owe it to our spouses, partners, and families to work hard. Making money isn't the only goal of hustle. It's about being present, accepting accountability, and creating a life that helps others who rely on us. Don't get me wrong, Stedman is working hard, putting in effort and grinding. However, not every marriage has the privilege or special circumstances that Oprah and her boyfriend do. For the majority of us, the work we perform is rooted in everyday reality, and life is less glamorous. It's about making sure our families are safe and prosperous, making plans for the future, and paying the bills. Being a man ultimately has nothing to do with celebrity or notoriety. It's about being there, fulfilling your obligations, and making every effort to improve the future for people who depend on you. The true indicators of success are hard work, perseverance, and commitment. In the end, men are important not because they are immaculate, well-known, or ideal, but rather because of the real contributions they make to homes, families, and society. Men perform vital tasks that are sometimes overlooked, from carrying heavy loads to running families, from defending loved ones to working for a better future. They may be denigrated or ridiculed by society, but doesn't take away from their worth. Finding authentic masculinity requires accountability, perseverance, and commitment rather than just arrogance or outward looks, and no one else is diminished by realizing this. It only reestablishes equilibrium and pays tribute to the constant, quiet labor that keeps life going. In light of this, we conclude today's video. For more videos like this, please press the like button and subscribe to this channel.